shortcut this, and I'm going to go really fast and get to presidential. And so the first business cards, I looked at the business cards, and I thought, a lot of before and after pictures and stuff like that. On my business card, what I put was health coach recruiter. I'm just going to recruit health coaches. I'm not interested in coaching. I'm interested in recruiting. I still have the full box of those cards. I gave none of them away. This is not about recruiting.
That's right.
This is about helping people. And it wasn't until I got that I started to be successful with Take Shape for Life. You know, most networking companies, I call their leadership the blue suede shoe crowd. Because they're all about recruiting, and they're all about you can make $1 gazillion and you just have to follow my lead. This is about helping people and making them the center of what we're all about. And when you get that, then you suddenly get what the business is all about. Because we are client focused. We're consultative. We're not trying to sign people up and move on to the next one. We're trying to develop people into everything they can become and become it ourselves. The compensation, full-time, part-time, you can decide. It's all about choices. And, you know, people can say, well, I want to make some money. Well, what is that? A couple $100? Great, you can do that. I want to make a lot of money. What is that? A couple $100,000, you can do that. It's all possible, and it all then gets down to what choices do you make on a daily basis in terms of how you're going to run your business. This is what's possible. The getting started. You know, in your first month, you should look at thinking, okay, I can make $350 to $500, $1,000. That's not bad. The first, we've got early on, 2,000 to 4,000. The first years, 5,000 to 10,000. Early years, 10,000 to 25,000. Is this realistic?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It is very realistic. It's very realistic, and it's based on the choices we make. Now, every company out there that's in some sort of home-based business environment has to do what's called an income disclosure. It's required by law. And the reason is they're all saying you can make $1 gazillion, and so they have to show what are people really making that get involved with us, and this does it. This shows, and this is as of through July through December of 2011, and what this shows is the percentage of people who are health coaches and what kind of money they make. And this is interesting to me. 58% of the health coaches are just kind of health coaches. They're health coaches in name. They're the category that, for the most part, are those people who think, you know, my mom wants to do this. My sister-in-law wants to do that. I think I'd like to become a health coach. And their goal is to help 2 or 3 people get on the program. And maybe create that accountability that I was talking to. And so they're not really looking at building a big business. They're looking at helping a couple of friends and family members. They're still making about $95 a month. From there, it goes to senior coach. Now, we'll talk about what this is, but a senior coach is someone who has about 5 clients. Not a lot of clients, but they consistently have about 5 clients that they're helping. That person is on average making about $400 a month. Now, is that a lot of money? How many people work at some job that you are paid hourly or monthly? How many of you could go to your boss and say, I'd like an extra $400 a month, and easily get it? You know, most people who have a job don't have that kind of flexibility. Or what if you said, you know, I'd really like about $1,000 a month extra? Well, what's the difference between senior coach and manager? About 5 more clients. Think about that. 10 clients. You go to the mall. Do you see 10 people who need this program?
Oh, yeah.
10 people carrying the red flag that says, I need this. I mean, that's the thing. It is so obvious what the need is. And what holds us back, we'll talk about that a little bit, because nothing should hold us back, and certainly not what I call the elephant in the room. And what's the elephant in the room? I'm afraid I'm going to offend them. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to not give someone the opportunity to live their life in a healthy way. That's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid I'm going to be so thin-skinned that I'm going to walk past someone that needs this, that may be praying for it, and I didn't give it to them because I was afraid I was going to offend them.
How many people have said you're an answer to prayer?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, you think of people who go to their pastor for advice. A lot of people do. When you say, they've got challenges going on in their home life, their family life. And let me ask you a question. How many people think that more people go to their pastor because they have weight problems or they have financial problems? Financial, absolutely. So we are the answer to prayer in that regard. There are people who are praying for a way to create that additional income, to save their home, to send their kid to school, to pay for the washing machine that just went out, and we can do it. We can give them that income, that ability to create that income, and in fact, they can have a check next week. That's how quickly they can make money. And boy, I love that aspect. Everyone kind of looks at this level here, this executive director, as being the standard. And our business is built around being executive director. People want to get there, and then they want to help other people get there. An executive director is about 25, 22, 23 clients. And if you're helping that many people, your average income right there is about $40,000 a year. Would that help? I mean, how many people could go to their boss and I need $40,000 more this year? How many could go out and look in Craigslist or Jobungo or wherever you want to look for a job and find a job that can pay you $40,000 this year? I mean, that's what your competition is. It's the fact that the opportunities aren't there, and you can give people this opportunity. And what do they have to do? They don't have to convince someone to buy some supplement. They don't have to convince someone to buy some product they don't need. They have to help them get where they want to be, healthy. Have an image that they look in the mirror and they don't tear up. Have an image where they say, I'm proud of the way I look. I mean, I'll tell you, when I talk with people, I'm totally honest with them, because that's what people like. I know that there are a lot of gimmicks that people use. The gimmicks. I mean, I hear some of them and I think, oh, they're clever, but I'm not the one who's going to be talking about losing weight, hoping that someone overhears me and asks me how I did it. I'm going to be straightforward. I help people get healthy. I'm on a crusade. I'm on a crusade, and this may not be the right time for you, but if I don't give this to you, I'm not being honest to myself. And that's the approach I'm taking, and I'm talking to anybody. In fact, on the way up, we were driving up from Portland, had a guy call me, put in his order. I met him randomly in Portland. He's from South Dakota, 321 pounds. Why did I pick him out? He's carrying the red flag. And I went to him. I said, I've got to give this. I'm on a crusade. I want to give you this information. And here now, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, from South Dakota, a stranger is calling. This is not a referral. This is someone I approached because I wasn't afraid I was going to offend him. I was afraid if I didn't give this to him, he might not be alive next year. That's right. That's what we have. We've got and how many times can I do that? I can do that as many times a day as I want because there are that many people out there. So how high can I get that income? How many people do I want to talk to? That I want to put my fear of offending them aside and think, I'm on a crusade to help people. If I don't give you this information, I'm not being true to myself. You see, if you take that approach, suddenly the world opens up to you. You don't have to think, oh, I hope someone asks me what I do. You don't have to think I don't know who to talk to. You don't have to think I'm running out of my warm market. You can think there's an unlimited number of people and they need this, and I'm not afraid to talk to them. Larry went through this, incredible. The demand is incredible.